Thank you for joining. Right now, I'm just gonna wait just a second here to make sure everything sounds good, looks good, and then we'll get rolling. I'm gonna be working on a baby periton today. So I have this little deer blockout right now, which is gonna be changing considerably because I'll have 2 legs, not 4. We'll see. All right, sounds good, looks good. Let me get my music playing so I'm not just listening to nothing. There we go. All right, let's get rolling here. So yeah, I have this cute little blockout right here, but I'm gonna be changing it to be more like classic periton, which is funny because I'm working on an adult periton just as like a fun side project right now, and I'm doing 4 legs because I'm doing more my own preference. But for like true to lore and like the cutest baby version, it's pretty much going to be like an owl with a deer head. So let's go. So I know I don't need any of this. You know what? I'll actually flip it because I do like this back leg shape. Go, I'm gonna delete hidden. All right, let's start getting these proportions in line. It's gonna look really silly at parts, but that's all part of the fun. Point in case. Since I'll be moving the legs around a lot, I'm going to go ahead and make these their own polygroup. And I'm going to split them into their own piece. Go ahead and hide those. All right. So right now I want to make sure that the heads make one of the biggest focal points of the model. So I'm going to be sizing this up. Probably the ears too. Make this about 25% bigger right now. Also going to make that its own piece so I can easily move it around later. Yeah, I think the ears look better pointed down a little bit more like this. Just looks more baby. It looks good to me. Now I'm focusing on the neck here. So it's gonna have a big, little fluffy chest with a lot of feathers on it. Go. It's kind of getting more like an egg shape here. Alright, and I want a little bit more bell-bottomed. It's looking better. Looks like a little bean. For the back legs, obviously this is going to be a lot different, but I can use the general shape here and inflate it and put it right. here. So I can get rid of some of the pieces. Go. And remove the little hooves as well because I'll have little bird feet. Looking very ridiculous right now. It has to look super scary before it looks good. It's just part of the process. Trust the process. I'll be having these little wings as well. This is taken from the hippogriff. I'll be changing it with color at the very, very least, and then probably shape because I want it more like closely tucked to the body here. Alright, so like this section right here doesn't fit as well for this model, so I'll just go ahead and remove that. Those holes. It looks so ridiculous so far. I think the legs right here are a little distracting, so I'll just worry about the bird feet. Same with this. I don't think that this piece right here needs to be its own object. So I'm going to take the body right here and then just Dynamesh it at a really low resolution. I see Xander's here. Hello. That wasn't very nice. Alright, my smooth brush is acting a little bit weird, so I'll just go to reset all brushes and let's see if that fixes it. It's like it's not Dynameshing, which is kind of weird. There we go. I think what was happening was there was a part of the mesh that I just couldn't see that was hidden, so I was getting confused. Make the tail its own piece as well. Make this a little bit more flat. That would be easier to put feathers on. Alright, I think the neck floof is a little bit too long, so it's making it a little harder for me to figure out where the body shape is supposed to be. So I'm going to adjust that. So far, I think each piece looks good. It just needs to be proportioned and put together. All right. Yeah, it's really round. There's not a whole lot of references for these kind of things, so it's a little trickier. But I've noticed the best thing to do is just like keep coming back to it and reiterating on it. So right now I'm just getting the first like steps or the first shape. I know I also want a couple spots for where the little legs are going to be. Looks kind of like a kangaroo. It just looks so silly right now. One of the baby monsters I worked on, the dragon turtle, it went through a lot of stages as well. It really didn't come together until like very, very final, like 15 minutes. It just looked old. I couldn't make it look baby, and now it's like one of my favorites. And then, what baby is this? This is going to be the baby peritan. It looks ridiculous right now, but it's coming together. Alright, now hello to everyone. It just looks so silly right now. Yeah, each piece is looking okay. It's just the combination of all of them right now is having issues. Adding these wings cracks me up because it has like, these are kind of just placeholders. These are the same wings that are from the, or mostly the same wings that are from the baby hippogriff. If need be, I'll probably just make a new set from scratch. Like the flight feathers being fully grown on this, I think look really weird. Scroll down a second. There we go. See Clute's here too. Hello. And if you've seen my ridiculous baby peritan, it's going to be really cute. As of right now, it looks like, you know, scary. It's how they start. And the proportions for something like this is especially odd to figure out. That's partly why I wanted to do the Baby Beast Kickstarter, because it's just a really fun challenge. The hardest thing probably being that there's just really not a lot of references for these things. So I have to really pay attention to how this would fit together. Alright, there we go. That's a much better placement for the wing right there. So what I'm going to do is right now that I'm getting like more general shapes and stuff, is hide everything kind of work from the top down and then slowly add in more pieces as I get them the shape that I want. Alright. So let's look at the head a little bit more first. I don't want it to be so narrow like this. I want it to be a lot wider. I'm gonna keep the ears just the way they are though, because I'm really happy with the ears. Andrew says, I'm sure you're happy with that too, but I have been so impressed with your Kickstarter success. You deserve it. Oh, thank you. Who says, I love how awkward proportions are. It hurts me. It looks terrible. But I'm being very positive because I am doing this live. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so used to it at this point. This process used to drive me insane, having it look so ridiculous. But after what, 2 years of doing it, I'm finally accepting that it's going to look bad until the end. It's not finished. Alright, I definitely want to give him a big old wide nose too. And then like, I don't know if I want to give him like a pronounced little chin or like no chin. Probably no chin. I kind of like the kind of face. I don't know how much I can get away with making the cheeks big, but I'm gonna go as much as I can. Alright, I like that. I'm gonna make the snout, the snoot, a little bit shorter. Go. I think I made this neck floof piece a little too big, and by a little bit too big, I mean way too big. So it's making it a little tricky to get the rest of the proportions to fall in line. Let's turn off perspective right now. And this will have a bunch of little feathers sticking off of it. So let me Dynamesh it and then just kind of like pull out some floof. Just some rough floof, just for me to note later. The reference I'm looking at, it's pretty much just all feathers, but I think I'm going to do more of like a traditional fluffy deer to start with. And then this piece right here, this is what's going to be the hardest part about this, because birds are just a really weird shape. I think this would be easier for me because like I have a parakeet and I look at him all day, but they just look silly. Oh, it's getting cuter though. It's coming together. I'm always surprised, but I'm relieved. Alright, I'm gonna separate the ears as their own piece because I'm really happy with the way they came out and I don't want to ruin them. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, this is Dynameshing really weird. I don't know why. Let me try and subdivide it first and then I'll Dynamesh it and maybe less angry. It's because these are separate objects and they're thin pieces, and so it puts a ridiculous amount of geometry right here. Not thrilled about it. Let's see if I can just inflate that. Smooth. Aha, fixed. It's gonna have these giant, adorable doe eyes, but they're just gonna look like holes for a bit. I've always liked kind of like the droopy deer cartoon eyes, like Bambi. Yeah, Clute said no chin, more pronounced baby cheeks. Let's see. Violet says, I think she's sculpting peritan right now. Yes. Team no chin. Is this a mole or a mouse? You're so off, Dave, like usual. Clute says, yes, Floof. The eyes won't tie it together. Very true. Alright. Much as I like the big eyes, they're a little too big right now. Oh my goodness, this little face is extremely cute already. So I see in the chat there's a few I obviously recognize all of you pretty much, but also that are sculptors. I really encourage you guys to work on some stuff that is baby proportion because it's just harder than you expect. Like you're gonna go in thinking like you know what you need to do. It's amazing how fast it looks scary. Like working on this baby Kickstarter has definitely improved my skills. Oh, it's cute. Alright, I'm gonna put in some placeholder eyes. It's a weird little hunched body. I'll just deal with that as I deal with that. That looks good. Go ahead and mirror and weld that. see, I'll probably paint these right now too. I'm thinking just big blue eyes. Let's see if I can remember how to paint eyes. Alright, do a rectangle, darker color. It always looks scary first. Goodness. There we go. It's perfect, guys. I love him. Alright, turn the focal shift way down, but you don't want it too harsh. I've always liked more of a cross-eyed look, especially for this. For a lot of these, I've wanted to put like butterflies on their noses, but that would be really hard to print and really unnecessary. Let's see, I think I might just do a darker blue to start with, and then I'll do a black. And then we'll see how cross-eyed this looks from the front. And if it's really just not happening right now, I'll do it at the end. I think it looks okay, but the little shinies are... It looks so stressed out. Okay, we're gonna go with just blue for right now, and I'll paint the eye color in later, because I realize the head's just a little too wide right now, so pretty much regardless of where I'm putting the pupils, it's gonna look disturbed. Another reason why I like poly painting things, because it makes me realize what I need to fix. So I'm putting the eyes more inset, and let's define the eye socket a little bit better before worrying about poly paint. Though I think I will paint the nose. It's not doing a great job because for some reason this mesh is having a really hard time dynameshing. I don't know why. Like, look at this. Eh. That's okay. I'm just laughing because the edges are so rough right now. So all the peritans I've seen have like a lot of like really vibrant like reds and blues, so I'm really curious how I'm gonna do that. This is with perspective turned on. In case anyone that's watching was just like, what in the world just happened right there? Right now I'm just playing with the poly paint as I'm kind of figuring out like how I want to do this. Coming together. Let me look around here for a second. Oh, there's a lot of you guys been talking. Sorry, just a second. Amanda says, are you looking great? Not even 20 minutes in. Thank you. I really appreciate that because I don't think so yet. He says, "Ah, testing the pupil size is like switching back and forth between extremely adorable and possessed demon." Beautifully said. I could not agree more. Jacob says, "This just popped up in my recommended. Looks good so far. How long have you been 3D modeling?" For 2 years. I started in 2018 when I was still in college, and then once I graduated with my degree in engineering in 2019, so last year I did it full time. All right. And then Andrew is debating between printing my Wendigo and my Mycona Druid. I'd probably just go to the Wendigo, but that's just because it's my favorite models I've ever made. And then Clute says, bottom shiny should be more muted value and then reflections on the top. I'm not going that technical. Keith says, I think she said 2 years. Yep, I sure did. And then Matt's here. Hello. Oh, so many of you guys are new. My goodness. Usually, like, whenever someone's new, I point it out, but it's all of you. Yeah, Epic and stuff makes some great stuff. Really, really enjoy them. Probably. I used to have more stuff on my mini factory. They really contacted me a lot. And they even like video called me to like make a deal, like have my stuff on there exclusively, and like it just, I don't know. I haven't gotten a lot of traffic on there, and I don't really sell my designs. I do Kickstarters and Patreon, obviously, but like selling individual designs, I don't know. I just feel like it's a tricky market. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. I should do a monthly drop on Patreon. Yes, I do. Let me put that in the chat really quick so you can check it out. But you can always just wait. I upload my stuff to Thingiverse after a few months. There we go. But yeah, every month I do something new on Patreon. And then the release was really popular, and then I do a Kickstarter out of it. Alright, and now let's figure out where to put these stupid wings. I think what I realistically end up doing is just doing them from scratch. I think that's a big reason why this isn't working. No, I'd probably build them pretty similar. No, they're going from the wrong direction. Like, this is okay, but there's not a bottom half that's folding on them. I'm gonna have to make these from scratch, I think. I don't like making wings. Alright, so instead what I'm gonna do is... Oh, I have projection turned on. No wonder Dynamesh is being stupid. Don't mind me mumbling to myself. There we go. I've been struggling with this process. It's called Dynamesh. I use it all the time, and it's been really dumb this entire stream, and I couldn't figure out why, and I just found out there was a button click that I hadn't seen. So, all figured out now. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm fixing the wing shape right here. I was trying to use the base from the hippogriff, and that didn't work for a lot of reasons, but mostly because it's just not the same orientation. Because the way wings fold up, so there'd be like 2 layers, and that one was outstretched. So there was no way that was going to work, but I was being hopeful that I could save time. There we go. This looks much better, even though it's not detailed or anything. It just has a more correct shape. Alright, so the shoulder, it should be at the base of its little floofy neck. Right about there. And now I'm trying to figure out how long do I want the wings to be. It's going to be kind of like this smooth diamond shape. Let's put this in the center, and I think I'm going to use a taper modifier to do it for me because it does a better job. There we go. Alright, I'm going to look up pictures of baby owls so I can figure this out. Okay. They're just spheres. This is not going to help me. I need a different kind of bird because a baby owl is literally just like a grapefruit and it's just a complete circle. I mean, they're cute. Maybe I can... No, that's not going to work. Because what I have has like a muzzle and a snout, and it's just going to look super lopsided. Let's do... How about a baby parakeet? Because that's what I had, and I think that's about the shape I'm going for. That'll work better. Gosh, they're so cute. Yeah, me here. Yeah, trying to save time by raising assets is 50-50, right? Like you really want it to work, and it works like sometimes. Gonna hide the wings. I really need to figure out what shape this is supposed to be first. I just don't know. I know I have these little legs that look cute. Oops, that didn't work. Let's make sure, there we go, symmetry turned on. I think this part of the leg needs to be a lot skinnier. Let's see, let's polygroup these one more time. Similar. There we are. That didn't do what I wanted to at all. That's okay. I can just do it manually. Doesn't take any time. Alright. Needs to be skinnier. Just sticking the little feet on, it's like makes it better and worse at the same time. Like I feel like with that perspective and just looking at straight on, it almost looks okay. Gosh, I really picked a tricky one to do live. Why didn't I just like a baby unicorn? Like I know what that is, it's just a horse. Like I could have done that. But I'm like, I'm gonna do a peritan, like which I could find one not really reference for. That's okay. I'm having a good time. It's probably more interesting to watch too. Okay, this is definitely too tall. Let's just trim them. Gonna make the feet a little bit bigger too because that's cute. Also, just so far forward, it looks like it's just gonna fall over, which isn't helping. So let's put it here and let's see how that does. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. This top leg piece is way too big. I mean, that's more bird-shaped, but... really looks like a kangaroo from the front. Just can't get over like weird little skinny bird legs. It's just how they look, man. I'm glad it's improved, it just has so far to go. What if I just make this significantly shorter? Maybe it's the distance between the head and the feet. Yeah, it's really tall, which doesn't make sense because all the baby birds I'm saying are more like spheres. So, work on that. It just looks so stupid. I am having a good time though. I'm gonna dynamesh this at a super low resolution because this being so smooth and nothing else is, I think looks odd. Plus, I'm really not done with the shape here either. I'm gonna temporarily merge the head and the eyes together, and I'm just gonna kind of play with the head shape here, making it smaller, bigger, all that kind of stuff. I do think it looks pretty cute from the front. Still odd, but it's at a good point for when I revisit this. When I come back with it like fresh eyes, I think I'm gonna. It's not gonna be that hard for me to figure out what's wrong with it. As of right now, I mean, I've been looking at it for what, almost an hour or like 30 minutes. I've been working on a black dragon for my Town Sweat Kickstarter, which is almost done. And yeah, I've only been working on that like 15 minutes a day, and that I think was a really smart choice. It's coming along really nicely. Weird little animal. Alright, let me skim through here really quick. Keith, do you do sketches beforehand? I just start sculpting. I just go right for it. Obviously, in this case, it's like you probably should have planned. Yes. Usually, if you look at my other live streams, I just can go, and it's like not a big deal. But, And then Matt says, got a new patron. Oh, thank you. Thanks for showing a bit behind the scenes off. Of course, I do these live stream weeks probably once a month. Will you give access to the entire library? Yes. What madness is this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so there's about 350 models there now, and then my Kickstarters get released there after 6 months. Do bird legs point the other way? I don't think so. They don't. They're just so, yeah, they're just really small. Like, it's giving me a hard time. So let me pull this up really quick because I'm looking at pictures of parakeets. This looks just like my bird. But yeah, look how tiny their legs are. And yeah, so it's the same like little shape. I mean, it's very cute. This is very cute. Makes mine look like a demon. And then Toto says, love your work. Thanks for sharing. See you next time. Yeah, thanks for joining. Matt says, my 4X1's gonna burn out at this rate. Keith says, I was looking at pics and it looked funny, but then you rotated it. Ah, yeah. I am confident that this will end up being like a really fantastic, really cute model, but not today. It's not going to show how cute it's going to be today. I know that for sure. So I'm going to get it to a point where I'm a little more happy with it, and then we're going to start on a new baby. Okay, it's just so fat. Oh my goodness. I don't think I'm going to change it though. because I just love that. It's adorable. Because as far as a blockout goes, I am very happy with this. And I like it from this angle right here. I think it looks okay. But I spin around and there's something about the back and just the overall proportions that is really just not happening. So let me go ahead and I will create a new folder for this. Kind of just changing things up. I'll actually give you guys a preview of the black dragon I'm working on. This is partly why my Townsfolk Kickstarter has been taken forever for the final release, because I've been very, very slowly working on this. So yeah, this is gonna look awesome. This is where it's at right now. So you can tell things are at very different stages. The wings are pretty much done. The head has its base shapes blocked in, but pretty much everything else, like the body here, I mean, it has like pretty much just a very, very rough block out to remind me of where the muscles are at, and that's it. But this is going to be awesome. He also doesn't have any teeth right now, so he's not looking very scary right now. But at some point, once I pose this, I think I'm going to have his mouth open, and it'll look very, very tough with all of its very, very scary teeth. As of right now, no teeth. All right. So that was a break from the peritan. Go ahead and look around here. What is something else do I want to do? Keith says, nice dragon. Do you have any previews of November's Patreon? I do the Patreon preview videos by Tabletop Carnage. Oh, cool. What was November? What did I do in November? Oh, I did a little steampunk collection. So let me just show them to you. Mainly because I don't know what I'm working on right now. So I might as well do this in between. But you know what? I think I have the files on here. I can just open up the actual file. That would be really nifty if I have them. Did I already move them? Wow, it's so unlike me. Usually like my folders just stay unorganized forever. Okay. Well, they're not there. So I will show renders instead. Here's one that I made. I really enjoyed making her. This is my first more like pinup style. Obviously still really classy. And then I had two other ones. So it wasn't a very big release. 3 models is probably the smallest release I'll ever do. But sometimes I'll do a fewer amount of models and then just do a really good job doing them. So yeah, I had this Western kind of style pinup. They're all steampunk overall. I had this really chaotic looking elven alchemist. I love how he came out. And then the last one, my absolute favorite, is the female gunslinger. She came out looking gorgeous. Love, love, love this model. So yeah, this is my first attempt at steampunk. Steampunk is so tricky because it's like, do you want more not steampunk. Do you want more Victorian or do you want more Western? Because they both have a lot of influences from either. But I think I found a good blend between the two. So yeah, that was last month's release. And then this month is going to be Celestial monsters. So I'm probably going to do a Coatl, a fairy dragon, and what's the third one that's really popular right now? I have it voting on my Patreon right now. I usually leave that poll open for like a week so everyone can put their thoughts in. But there was a third that was really popular and I can't remember what it is. Whatever. Very cool. Thank you. The long dress is wonderful. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. That was such a fun model. Key says, nice. It's really great to hear an artist talk about their work. I'm glad you think so. It's fun to talk about it. All right. What am I going to do? Let's see. A while ago, I released a unicorn, like an adult. So I was hoping I could just more or less take that. I mean, I'm going to rework the whole thing still to make it a baby version. So that won't be too bad. Let's see. Let me look at the list of the Kickstarter of other things that have been unlocked. I love that I started with the peritan on camera. That's going to be like the hardest model. Why did I do that? Yeah, the rest of them aren't that bad. Like a dire wolf, a pegasus. That's not that bad. The baby tree ant, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's going to be probably like baby Groot because, I mean, it's right there. Oh yeah, make sure you go vote. I have a minimum of 2 polls every month just because it's picking the theme and then picking the models for that theme. I have a lot of fun with them. And this live stream won't be too long because I'm heading to the airport in like an hour to pick up my parents. They were on a scuba diving vacation. I like awkward shrubs. They're so adorable. See if I can get some good concept art of a baby tree ant, and maybe I will work on that. Maybe not. A lot of this looks scary. That's okay. Oh yeah, baby hydra is going to be really difficult. I'm looking forward to it though. Anything with multiple heads gives me a headache. So let's see if I can go ahead and start on that. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to put it in an egg so it's not quite so annoying to fit all of these heads on this little body. Alright, so let's get rid of the floor and then make it a little bit brighter. I like to work with a certain matte cap material. This one. Then we'll go with like a greenish blue. Alright, how do I want to do this? There we go. That looks like an egg shape to me. I can just maybe... I think that's gonna work. Let's do it a little more sideways. Should I just tilt the whole egg? Alright. The edges came out pretty rough, but overall I think this is gonna work. Nikit says, where do you live that you can go on vacation? I live in California, and they went somewhere, I actually don't know where they went. They travel all the time for scuba diving stuff. They've been all over the world, like Brazil and Fiji, Philippines. They're somewhere. I just know they're coming back today. And since scuba diving is just being 60 feet underwater, there's not too much of a COVID concern. There we go, looking much more egg-like. The edges came out a little funny. I can clean this up later though. And then let's see, so how do I want to work on Hydra? Thinking just having like a little blob in the egg and then a bunch of heads coming out of said blob. Let's go with a bluish, more blue color. This will be like shoulders of the body. And then there'll be a bunch of heads that come off of it. Might do a taper. We'll see what I want to do with that. Does ZBrush have a Boolean operation? Yes. You could copy the egg, size it down, cut it out from the original. Yes, I could. Faces says it's just faster to just mask and pull straight down. If one of the hydra heads doesn't have a little bit of eggshell on its head, like a little helmet, I'll be very disappointed. Such a good idea. I will definitely do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That made me 1,000 times more excited about this model. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna work on one little snake head. And then Key says I've only ever used Blender. Also another awesome software to use. Did not realize I didn't have symmetry on. There we go. Thought I was acting weird. I was like doing the jaws as a separate piece. It just makes life so much easier if I ever want to like open up their mouth or do anything like that. I keep thinking I need to add like ears and stuff, and I'm like, ah, no, it is a snake. This is it. Yeah, their little bottom jaws are so small too. So it looks silly right now, especially. But what I'm going to do is make the head first, and then I'll work making all the little necks and then putting the heads on top. Might take a small break from that right now and actually start blocking out the necks. So I'm going to put on a curve modifier so it gets a little bit thinner towards the end. know how many heads I want to do, or if I'm even going to use this shape at all. I'm just kind of like roughly seeing what this would even look like. So I'm pretty sure it still would have like little legs. Oh, it's so odd. I like how this is coming out though. Oh yeah, no, it's late. Thanks for joining though. Matt says, throwing the gunslinger on a plate now. I read how your support guarantee, but the end of the gun is sus. I haven't looked at that. I have my partner, Ricky. He's one who supports them. The end of the gun's pointed upwards, so it doesn't need any support usually. If you're ever in doubt, just throw another support on there. Like most slicers, you can just click and just bam, just for peace of mind, you know? Because you mentioned you use a EPAX. I use a photon, so there might be a difference, or there will be a difference. I don't think I give a support guarantee. If you read it, it's pretty clear that's like, it works for me. I don't know if it's gonna work for you. I think I'm gonna have fun giving different little expressions to all the little heads. I think the first one I do is just be mad. Well, this is the early start of Hydra. Nothing's quite put together yet, but it's gonna be a cute one. Sounds good. Alright, this super odd ending I think is where I'm gonna leave you guys. So just a quick 1 hour live stream today because I gotta get going. But thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll be live streaming again tomorrow at 5 p.m. and probably working on either more babies or maybe some monsters. We'll see. Like adult monsters. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.